Welcome. 239 Uncensored Everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And I got the lovely Shannon Livingston with me today.
So
Shannon, give me 5. Did you have a good weekend?
You're so late. You're so strong and tough. I'm afraid to go into that too
much. Yes, it was like there. It was there. So what we try to do on Monday is we try to follow up what happened over the weekend. A lot happened.
Not just my personal life, but what happened around the community.
Well, we do a little bit about your personal life. I think that's kind of fun. It makes it kind of good.
Well, I lie about it. So yeah.
Well, you lie, so you make it good.
So
fill us a little bit about what happened with Shannon Livingston over the weekend. Anything great?
Absolutely nothing. I did housework and I did work. But I really did do some work on our upcoming show that we're going to talk about later because I'm very excited about that. So that's my recreation. Work.
Yeah. So pretty much for me, I worked around the house. I actually did some things out in the garage, New Year's resolution type stuff where I'm like, all right, I got to get my garage squared away. I got to get things taken care of. I think it's, one of those things you kind of have to do to get yourself going back again for the first year. And it's already the 10th.
Oh my gosh. I know. I'm going to put my Christmas decorations away this year. I did not last year. I left them out all year. And I tried to do that again this year, but Joe said no. He said I have to take them down. So I'll be doing that over the next 2 weeks probably.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea, Shannon. Take the Christmas decorations down.
I love them so much. And they're festive. And when I have, a tough day, I can just turn the lights on and it makes me feel better.
Yeah, I guess. If
that
works for you.
It'll all work out.
That works for you. So what else happened? I know there was a lot of stuff in the news. We had some crazy stuff that happened. We'll talk a little bit about it on I75. There was a trooper involved in the shooting, but we have a couple other things, some crazy story.
Well, yeah. So, we were just talking about my Christmas decorations. And when I first heard the story, I thought it was like a Santa Christmas related thing. But no, it was just some dumbass that got stuck in a chimney because he was trying to steal.
So he's going down the chimney. Yeah. I read it.
This is in Maryland. And so it's already cold up there.
Yeah, it's freaking cold as hell.
That's, dumbass move number 1. They might be using it. Right. You don't want to be going down the chimney. So he got stuck. And somehow they found him, and it took 24 firefighters to get this guy out because they actually had to dismantle the chimney brick by brick. So I don't know how much money.
Was he a big boy or just pretty tight, or you don't really know?
I don't know, but I don't think it matters that much. Once you're stuck in the chimney, whether you're skinny or fat, they have to take the whole thing down. You have been in law enforcement, now retired, but you were in law enforcement for a lot of years. And I'm sure that you have seen something like this where somebody was trying to break into a place and got stuck.
Yeah, we had a situation I remember in East Naples where a guy tried to get down through, of course, in Florida, we don't have a whole lot of chimneys, right? So we have a lot of air conditioner vents and ducts and things like that. And believe it or not, this guy went down in the air duct, got stuck there overnight.
How big is an air duct? He must have been skinny.
He was a pretty thin guy, but he had been up on the roof. He goes, I think I can get into this place. And it was either, if I correct me from, you would know, but it was either a pharmacy or it was a retail store. Maybe a pet shop. I think he was trying to get in to get some pets and animals.
He was trying to steal little puppies through the air conditioning ductwork, and then he got stuck.
And he probably didn't plan on how he's going to get him back up through because you think you'd go over to the door, but a lot of times those things are locked where you can't get in or out. I've seen that happen as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So how did they know that he was in there?
They heard him the next morning. He's yelling and screaming, "Get me out! Get me out! Get me out of this place!" So yeah, that usually self-corrects itself. So yeah.
Oh my gosh! Let's hope that he has not had any children.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he hasn't because you know what the kids are going to be like.
He's probably small enough to fit through the ductwork. So now he'll at least be successful in his robberies.
Yeah. And I know on this next one, right? So if you checked out on my TikTok, I did a COVID test last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't watch your TikTok. Why am I not seeing
You should be watching my TikTok.
Am I supposed to subscribe? How does TikTok work?
I did a TikTok. Yeah, you subscribe. It's just like Instagram. Don't forget to check out the Instagram, 239 Instagram. Okay. The TikTok's kind of funny. But I did my own self-test. I don't know if I believe them damn things or not. Yeah, my daughter stuck the thing up my nose.
Okay. Because we have people doing like throat swabs and rectal exams and
I'm not doing
all sorts of things they shouldn't be doing.
No. but I had my daughter stick
like
up my nose,
your brain.
like, yeah, tickle my brain a little bit, came down, and sure enough, well, you have to go on there and check it out. Was I positive or negative? I was negative.
Let's hope you were negative, because I'm standing here now. But your TikTok has really taken off. You're a TikTok star, so I'm going to subscribe. But if you don't have a test, maybe you can call Metallica's manager, because they have a dog, a COVID sniffing dog. And this dog, they say, has never been wrong. Now, I love this, because how would you know, right? That the manager's like, oh yeah, the dog has never gone by one person that's had COVID.
And look at that dog. It's such a beautiful dog too.
It is a beautiful dog.
Unbelievable.
They're using a few different breeds, including Labradors and this German Shepherd. And we were talking about the test, the home test and dogs. And which one do you think is more accurate?
I don't think any of them are accurate.
I'd
probably go, and I think you said it before, I'd probably go with the dog, but I don't even know if the tests were taken, I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 different ones. I don't even know if they're accurate. I had one lady who did a test when I was in Mexico, and she like stuck it in there like that for like 3 seconds. I go, there's no way. You're not even getting anything on there to
Maybe
check
that was her point, though. Maybe she wanted all
get me the hell out.
All negative.
Yeah.
Everybody's going home.
And that's probably not a bad idea. If anybody has taken their own test, make sure to comment below and let me know if you believe, because we got quite a few people on watching. Let me know if you believe that those tests work or not.
Or do you think that the dog would be more accurate? Or do you have a dog that is sniffing out your COVID right now as we speak? Maybe that's what's wrong with your dog. If you've given it treats and it still won't leave you alone, maybe you have COVID and you should take a test.
Diana, what do you think? Give me a little rundown.
Do we have a Diana?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how your if yours would work. You think it would work?
It might not, but I don't know. I don't have a dog, so it might not work. It might. I don't know. Who knows?
But which one do you think would be more accurate? The home test?
That's the question.
Or a dog? Specifically these dogs, not just a random dog.
I guess the dogs.
You think that would be more accurate?
Yeah, I guess it's funny. I don't know. I find it funny.
But how close do the dogs have to be? I mean, how do they come up to you? Like sniff on your arm? Sniff on your leg? Sniff your butt? What do they do?
But don't they get COVID too?
The dogs do. They say they do.
That's
get
a very
COVID.
good point. Why are we subjecting these poor animals on the front line for COVID?
Well, the last thing I was worried about is whether or not the dog got COVID. I want to know.
Little dog face. You don't care if he gets COVID.
Let us know. But I like to know how they determine. Do they just like walk up to you and give you a quick sniff and it's done?
Yeah, dogs can really they can smell from quite a distance, but I'm sure to distinguish, they walk up to you just like they do with cancer. They can sniff out certain types of cancer too. So we got comment only. I guess if you only take a test if you are symptomatic. Very good point, because they are low on tests.
I know, and I took one.
And here you are. So here's your mother saying, "Hey, Tim, shut it, because we shouldn't be taking tests unless you really need to, because you're taking it from someone that might have symptoms." Way to go.
But no, I agree with that. But if you're going to visit somebody who's elderly and potentially,
you didn't just do it for the TikTok.
Exactly.
You had a purpose behind it.
Yeah. So I went.
But thanks for checking up.
I went to visit on family.
Mm-hmm.
Alex's parents, her dad's getting some treatments. Her mom is elderly, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't give him that, because God forbid something like that would happen. That would not be good.
We shouldn't have doubted you.
No.
But your mom doubted you first, in my defense.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
She's stirring up the pot.
I'm sure she did.
So also by my house this weekend, we were not talking about anything by my house this weekend, but I figured I'd just throw that segue out there. It worked. You didn't even notice until I brought it up. But there was a shooting on I75. And I thought maybe road rage, because almost everything you hear about is road rage. But there was a highway patrolman involved in this shooting. So do you have any intel on that?
Yeah, I don't have any inside information other than the fact that Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating it. From my understanding, FHP was involved. Something they came up on. It looks like there may be somebody in the median that maybe was having potential problems, obviously.
Right. It was like a vehicle assist or whatever they call it. They thought that people were having
disabled vehicle.
Right, car problems.
Right.
And there were 3 shots fired.
Yeah.
And we don't know all the details of that, but just so scary out there to think about coming up on somebody to help them and then it escalating into shots fired. Yeah.
One thing I do know is when you're, when you come up on somebody, we've had several people on I-75 that have actually committed suicide on I-75. They've actually, basically got out of the car, walked into traffic. We've also worked a case where a guy on Golden Gate Parkway hit head on to the column of the bridge straight on in a Corvette.
What a terrible way to go.
Extremely fast, high rate of speed. And then we've also had other people. So a lot of times for some reason, when you walk up on somebody on I-75, there's a lot of inherited dangers with it. Number one is getting out of your car. Again, people will not have that danger, have that sense of danger, but people run out the road to go try to rescue a turtle and they don't understand
on
that,
the highway,
well,
on the interstate?
I've seen it on Airport Road, which is almost as fast.
I would probably do that.
Yeah. And then people like yourself are the ones that are gonna get killed.
I know.
Just what we don't need for a turtle.
I know.
I mean, turtles are precious, but not that precious.
Turtle too. Like, not just me. We're both going to go down. So I'm not helping anyone in that situation.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think you should go out and chase turtles down.
Really?
On 75.
Well, they have salmonella too.
Yeah. They bite.
And all kinds
and they
of
bite.
other diseases.
Yeah, they bite. You got to take a towel, wrap it around, grab it.
Yeah. I don't have one of those in my Jeep. So those turtles will just be on their own.
Yeah.
So again, no good segue, but we're going to roll right forward into the next story. I really am irritated with this woman, and she might be lovely in person. I don't know, but the way that I read this story, I did not like it. So this woman from Indiana, I believe, was in Naples visiting. And, we have that old saying of come on vacation and leave on probation. And I think that's going to be true for her because she was having a little champagne and driving her golf cart and went right over the barricade and the barrier, for the street, and was trying to get into the parking garage. And when an officer did confront her, she just said, there was no other way for me to go. I had to go over those cones or whatever was there to get to the parking garage. And she does not look sorry at all. Do you think she looks sorry?
In the picture, maybe not so much.
No.
Doesn't look like she's too sorry.
She looks like she's very annoyed and she's just getting ready to call her lawyer.
It is Naples, and it's time consuming when you have to go to jail.
Very time consuming. Okay, so I'm really concerned, though, more about the comments that people made online about this story, because they kind of thought it was silly that she went to jail for a DUI, because she did get a DUI on a golf cart. Now, I don't think that's silly at all. She was not being cooperative. It causes a lot of dangerous problems to have drunk people driving golf carts down roads and in places that they're not supposed to be. What have you seen with golf carts or other things, maybe, where people have been drunk and actually you can get a DUI on anything, right? A bicycle?
Yeah, a motor vehicle. So it could be a scooter. It could be even bicycles. We don't necessarily take those folks to jail, but if you're on a scooter, a lawnmower, electric bicycle.
If you have the electricity turned on, you're going to jail.
Could be a problem. But the thing about it is people don't realize those golf carts are dangerous. I mean, you've got absolutely no protection,
right?
And you can run into people just like a regular car.
Right.
And a lot of people in the city of Naples, they actually have them registered. If they have the proper lights, they have the proper safety equipment on them, they can be licensed and you can operate those on the streets in the city of Naples. But people don't understand those things are extremely dangerous for both the driver, if you're going to run into somebody, or if somebody runs into you. So yeah, you have to be sober when you drive.
So I used to have a golf cart that we called the Joey. I had a shuttle service that connected 5th, 3rd, and Mercado called the Joe, the Jump On Express, named it after my son, Joe. And we then bought the golf cart to supplement it to pick up ladies in their 4-inch heels and take them from the bus stop, maybe to wherever they were going or from where they were going to the bus stop. So this little golf cart was very fun, and we did drive it on the streets, and I parked it at Osetra when it was there.
Okay.
Anthony and what's his face? Can't remember your name right now.
Anthony and what's his face?
You know who you are. Milos and Anthony. But so, they were like they were single at the time, these young hot guys, and I swear every time I got in it, it was sticky. So I think that was a different type of hazard. So I asked them to just start hosing it down, whenever they used it, so that then when I would come down on the weekends and use it for my business, it would not be so dangerous. So golf carts can be dangerous for many, many different reasons. But yes, it goes 35 miles an hour. That thing was zipping down 3rd Street, and there's no sides, like you said. So, and you don't wear a helmet.
And if you're new on this show, Shannon has a job to do on each show, is to embarrass me.
No,
not embarrass me. You make me blush. Make me blush,
you
right?
Blush.
So that's good. You got it. So yeah, you had hazard on the golf cart.
Well, I didn't. It was the young gentleman, and I was not involved. But it was one of them was Serbian and one of them was Italian, like really from Italy, and they're both beautiful and had these accents, and so women just would fall all over themselves to get to them, which I enjoyed watching. It was quite entertaining, and they were nice enough to let me have my golf cart down there because it had to plug in.
Right.
And I parked it down at their place behind there, and it was just a nice location. But that was the deal, that they could use it and get around town during the week. But yeah, very sticky, and so. My son at first said, "Oh, somebody must have spilled a soft drink in here," because he was young. He didn't know. And I said, "Yep, that must be it. Don't touch anything."
Oh, Shan.
I didn't take a blue light to it, so I don't know.
Blue lights. That was a soda. It was a soda. But, just back to the golf cart thing. It's just, you got to be careful on those things. We had a guy, though, we did charge for riding his lawnmower on the street without any lights, ride a lawnmower. And the only reason why, and again, you got to understand, a lot of times these folks are charged after we tell them to, don't do it.
Right.
And usually we drive off.
Stop, and they say, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, we're like dealing with this person again, 2 or 3 minutes later. So it's like, usually everybody who gets arrested, for the most part, in my experience, has had like some sort of warning, and they went through and did a couple things. And like this lady, she ran over the officer's foot.
Left that part out. That was very important. Thank you. And I was just going to say, you don't make the Naples Daily News unless you're just a dick to the people that are arresting you. For the most part, people get arrested all day and all night long. We don't know about it. But once you say, "Don't you know who I am?" or "I know the sheriff," or, whatever bullshit you try to pull, then you're going to make the newspaper. Yeah, no, it's definitely, to get in the Naples Daily News or get arrested in Collier County, usually you put yourself there for other reasons, maybe other than the crime. Don't care about the criminal behavior. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, exactly. Be
nice to our cops out there. So I saw this story on the news this morning, and we've talked about it a little bit actually on the show before, but more in relation to vehicles and chop shops. These Apple tags. I bought one for Joe, and now I'm hoping that he uses it in the right way. This Apple AirTag, it's like a $25, $30 little device, and you can just stick it on anything, so it goes in your keys or your luggage, and you can find something whenever it's lost. However, Good intention. However, criminals now are using it not just to place on cars that they may want to track to go and steal parts from or steal the car later, but now, as predicted, because we discussed this, we have had a situation where this model had a gentleman, a man, put this tracker into her bag when she was in a bar in Manhattan, and and it alerted her. However, the news this morning went through a show and it said that, and they did their own run through, and they said it took 4 hours for the person to be alerted on their phone that this AirTag was in their vicinity and that they were being tracked, because it does send you a notification. However, what if you're also not an Apple user? Does it still send you a notification? I don't know how it works.
From my understanding is the Apple does have an app for Android, so it can connect, but it really is an Apple product. Mm-hmm. That's why I have you take the laptop home, usually on a regular basis,
so I can track me.
Is Shannon working? Is she not working? What is she doing? I can find out. But no, these tags actually they're very small. They're about the size of a quarter, maybe even less. And they can be put underneath a license plate of a car. They can be put in a purse. And like you said, it's usually about 4 hours. And I guess it pops up on your phone saying there's somebody that's connected and tracking.
Yeah.
Which is way too late sometimes. Right, or if somebody doesn't really believe it.
And we're going to see, old ladies being followed from the bank and just all sorts of things that can happen with these. So I don't know. What can we do about this? How can you be aware, I guess? Hold your purse close to you?
Well, what they're doing is Apple's trying to add some software that helps you if you're being tracked improperly, to let the person be aware. But I'm not really sure how that's going to work, how effective that's going to be.
Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah. And this is just another situation where technology and good intentions, like you said, is going to backfire, just like Facebook and all those marriages that it has destroyed. Not mine, but a lot.
Like Facebook. I guess it could destroy marriages.
It's all in how you use it. But you know what I love?
Facebook is kind of rough, right?
When you see those couples where they're both, like, the name of the account is under both of them. It's like, oh, Tim and Shannon, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, somebody cheated in that relationship because they're not allowed to have their own Facebook.
Well, somebody's upset and they want to make sure everybody's got a Facebook, get access to it and all that stuff. I'm over that social media, if you feel like
you're
you need
a TikTok star, how can you be over?
Well, I'm saying over like trying to worry about who's following who on social media. The one thing is in real estate, me being in real estate, I'll have a lot of people who will friend me on Facebook that I really don't know much about.
You have to take
them.
Prove themselves to be a weirdo.
So I take them, and then a lot of times I get a message from them, like within, half a day, and usually it's like trying to sell something, or it's a bot or some other crazy thing, and then I block. But for the most part, I try to go through and see if they know somebody, and a lot of times people freak out. I got hacked on Facebook. No, you got cloned on Facebook. And usually what happens is they'll clone you and friend everybody on. There's ways to do that, and just let it basically just let it die. Let it go out for a day, and don't have to redo your whole computer and do all that stuff again. Don't freak out about it. Well, it's happened to me a couple times.
We have a very strong social media presence with this show. We're using social media right now, and we are using this platform to launch another show. Yay. And we'll have social media with that as well. You just brought up real estate. We both do real estate as our real jobs. You are a broker and an educator. And I'm out here slinging these home warranties. So, if anybody wants one of those, I know where to find one.
Old Republic
Home Protection. They do like it when I say their name, especially during the workday when I'm supposed to be working.
And let me throw something in. If you've got, if you're in real estate, or even if you're not and you're a seller or you're a buyer, it's a good question to ask. Can I get a home warranty? Mm-hmm. And it's good to, if you're in real estate, it's good to offer one. And if you're going to be a buyer, it might be a good idea to ask for one.
Yep.
And for a reasonable amount of money, you can get your house covered. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I think it's around $600 or $700, possibly.
It is, and think about what you pay. I'm looking at this Apple tag in front of me. Think about what you pay for your phone insurance every month and what that equates
probably
to a year. And that is like maybe an $800 to $1,000 item, and yet for your home, for your electrical, plumbing, and your appliances, hundreds of dollars can really help protect your budget. And it's just a good negotiation tool in real estate.
Yeah. Yeah, so our home show, what we want to do is we want to feature at least 2 listings, and we want to bring in somebody who can offer information, whether it be in home inspection service, whether it be your AC repair.
We can only talk about home warranties so much, guys.
A vendor,
So
any of that stuff.
we want affiliates to come on and really share what they do, what makes them different. And we'll have 2 listings per show, and hopefully some agents will want to come on with their listings as well. I really love not just to see the pictures of the houses, but to learn about the communities. And so that's something that we are going to offer here when we go through these listings. We can talk about the surrounding areas, and you certainly know the area very, very well between law enforcement and real estate. And I'm just easily amused. So I'm really looking forward to the show. When are we going to have that together? A couple weeks?
Yeah, we're putting that together. Right now, we're taking, if you're interested in being on, we just have a few small documents, pretty easy things. Send us some photos. We'll have those up on your listing. We'll kind of have a similar situation like this where we can show the property, but it'll probably be 2 to 3 weeks. We'll be good to go. And it's a good opportunity. We want to hit the folks in season. Mm-hmm. And as you know, right now, listings are not lasting long. They're not. So we're getting ready for when that becomes a little bit more available.
Yes. And, even if the listing has already sold by the time we are going live with the show, and really we have a pretty quick turnaround time. We have a great crew here that can really crank it out well and quickly, but you're still getting your face and your name and your contact information out to multiple platforms that we reach with the show. So it is just a good investment of their time and their money, I think.
Yep. No, we're looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Let's sell some houses. Put some home warranties.
Yeah, we want we want to get the information out, and a look at our logo, and that's going to be
smiling.
Yeah, it's going to be a little smiler. Yeah, a little smile to it.
I wanted little eyes in or little pupils in the O's to make it look like eyes, and so maybe if I get enough viewers to vote for that, we can make that all.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, we can see. Shannon.
Don't you think it looks like
Shannon's got some really good ideas. Yeah, we can do that. We'll see. But anything else to add, Shannon? It's been a good weekend. We got to have a strong week ahead of us, and a lot going on.
It's been a good run. Everybody's back at work now.
It's busy. I was just up. I went to North Naples, and it took me about a half an hour to get there and about a half an hour to get back. So yeah,
it is a little.
And I'm in North Naples.
Traffic.
I went a little bit further north in Naples. So yeah.
So how do people reach out to you in case they want to be on Home Show 239?
Yeah. So all you have to do is do a comment below, because I know people will watch this. We get quite a few views. Put a comment below, or just message me in Messenger, or you can email me at tim@floridaprorealty.com, tim@floridaprorealty.com, and you can just get a hold of myself. And if you're interested as well, Shannon, and be happy to, get that set up for you.
We'll get you on the show. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Diana, are you still awake over there?
Yeah, Diana's she's keeping the fort down over there. Yeah.
I gotta make sure she stays on it. So what did you do this weekend before we go? I want to be intrusive in your life.
I slept and was studying pretty much.
You're studying. Good. I like to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the sleeping. Maybe you need it. That's good.
Yeah. Most of the young folks need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. good sleep.
At least a day.
You're wearing her out in here.
I know.
We're breaking out all these shows.
Yep. 239 Uncensored.
You got to do the fist.
Everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And we are out.